I want to be 30. 30 and flirty and thriving.
Actually,
it's more like
30 hurting and crying.
Can I run away with you? I wanna get lost in love, baby. To all those pretty girls. This one's for you. This one's for you.
Now I'm nervous.
It's been a minute. I know. I'm like, where's the camera at? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Do the chola pose.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta commit.
You didn't commit. You gotta.
Oh, you're right. I'm in a skirt.
Hold on. Okay. Welcome to 30 Hurting and Crying, you guys.
I'm Gotti.
I'm Helly.
It's been a while, okay? It's been like a month.
We brought a lot of excitement today. I'm so sorry.
But also, I was really sick. I got sick twice.
I was really sick too. Mm-hmm. And then we had, if you guys don't listen to the guys,
we had that one episode White Noise, where we joined them.
Yeah, we joined them on their episode. So we have that episode with them. But also, Brian is getting married. So, you know, there's also that going on. So there's other things in play.
Congratulations, Brian.
Congrats, Brian. Anyways, so we're single. Fuck marriage.
It's in our future, hopefully.
She's speaking it into her existence. Anyways,
she said, "Cut."
Oh my God. Actually, so I didn't go out last night. And this was actually, I met up with Melissa. And I was like, oh, let's just go have a drink, right? We went to the bar and they were kicking everyone out. But because that's our bar, like they let us come in and just get one drink. And she was like, this is the universe's way of telling you one drink only. Right? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen. Anyways.
Did you listen?
I did.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, because you'd be like, I'm going to listen and then go to another place or go to like a liquor store. I'm just saying.
We did go to the liquor store, but we had one drink at the bar. Anyways,
and welcome to drink at home.
Yeah, where you can be safe and stay there.
That's my favorite time to drink, when you're home.
I think it's more, we're at an age where that's just more fun. Like,
and it's cheaper.
Girl, I was at this bar and like, I love the owners. Go to Tip Top behind where Rasputin's used to be. Where's the camera? Who fucking knows? Where Rasputin's used to be, behind there, Tip Top Tavern. That's the bar I always go to. The owners are great. But they kicked everybody out because they had like a plumbing problem. Oh, I know. Shit. So when we went in, she was
literally
like, yeah. She was like, you guys can get a drink, but you can't go pee. We're like, oh, okay, for sure.
You're like, yeah, we're not doing that because I gotta pee.
Yeah. But that was like the bar that I used to go to, and they're great people. So it was a good time. But
nice.
Yeah. But it was, anyways. Welcome to 30 Hurting and Crying. It is Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hump day. And we were actually just talking about like why we even started
recording. Yeah. Or not record. Yeah, the podcast. Sorry.
The podcast in general. And because me and Karina haven't seen each other or had like a conversation in a while where it's just me and her, or not with the boys. We love them, but come on. And we were talking about just like why we started even having the podcast. And it was because we were in Tahoe one time. Just me and her. Well, we had like, it was a whole friend group,
but we were in the room by ourselves.
Right.
And just talking,
but also cracking up.
Yeah. But like we play on each other's like things. So like if I say something and then like, I mean, maybe it's the trauma bond, right? But like we like joke about certain things and like we just keep it going. And then like the more we joke, the more progressively it gets like worse and worse, but more funny.
Hold on, because like to us it's funny because I feel like I've been around people recently where my dark humor is not appreciated. And I'm like,
I feel that.
I'm like, oh, you're not traumatized enough to appreciate my humor.
But it's like, why you take it so serious, you know?
I'm joking, you know?
Like, and it's my life. It's happened to me.
At least I can make fun of it.
Right?
But like, that's why me and her, like, you know, we clicked, we have conversations. And while we were in Tahoe,
we're just laughing,
having conversation. And everybody was like attracted to our room. And
they kept coming in and like, well, what's going on?
Yeah,
in
what are you
here?
guys
What's
talking
going on
about?
here? We're
Yeah.
like, honestly, we don't even really know what we're talking about. Like, dead ass. Like, how do we explain like where we got?
No.
How did we get here?
We don't even know how we got there. We're just here. So then we were like, oh, you know what? We should.
We're pretty fucking funny. Not even funny.
We got problems. Oh no, we got trauma. Trauma bonded.
I feel like that's how you make the best connections, though.
I think so too, and it's negative, but
Depending on how you're trauma bonding, though, like if it's that type of, you know, like you can joke about certain things,
and you're
it's
my
like,
friend.
You know what?
I've known you since
Same.
we were 16, 17 years old, you know. So I think even that puts it more into like, oh, we're bonding on a friend level because you understand me. We have the same kind of like trauma or whatever.
But also, I mean, yeah, we grew up together.
Yeah, I actually was just telling someone how like people used to come to my house in the morning to go to school with us. And I was like, I never realized how, I mean, for lack of a better term, crazy my family can be, because I'm the oldest of 5. But getting 5 kids out of bed, dressed and ready for school, and they're high schoolers and middle schoolers, like
elementary
you
school.
used to be sitting on the couch and I was still asleep in my room.
I just hear your mom, get up. Karina's here. She's ready. And I'm just like,
and then I get up and throw on some sweats and a sweater and be like, all right.
she come out like, I love serious because she's still trying to wake
I
up.
wasn't even awake. Literally just go wash my face, brush my teeth, and be out the door. No fucks given. But good times.
I'll be all ready.
That's how you like walked over there, woke up early. I'm like, I don't even want to get out of bed.
I think for me it was always like, you know, I'm just appreciative of having the ride, so I'd rather be there early. You know what I mean? Like just in case, you know.
You never know. Yeah.
So I was like, let me just get there, and then.
No, my mom used to be like, if you don't get up and you're not ready, I'm gonna leave you here.
She never left you.
She used to.
Oh, did she?
She used to. And then like
maybe I started going.
she was like, oh yeah. She was like, if you're not ready, if you're not in the car by 7:15, you're getting left. And I'd be like, 7:20, I'm getting left. Right? But then she was and then she was like, I can't just let you leave.
Keep skipping.
Yeah, you can't keep skipping school. So then she was like, you're getting out. Like, you're getting out of bed, whatever.
My mom would have threw water on me.
She started pulling my blankets off. Mm-hmm. So my blankets would come off. She'd rip them off me. Same thing on like a Saturday. My dad would rip off my blankets.
My mom would do that too on like the weekends.
Yeah, he's like, you're sleeping your life away.
But during the week, we had to figure it out because my dad wouldn't wake us up. My dad would sleep. My mom would be at work by like 5 a.m. So
you know what? That taught you good responsibility then.
Since I was like elementary school, 3rd grade.
No, my mom used to go around with a whistle. It's her whistle. She's whistling, but it was like a
like
no. It's from somewhere. I just don't know where it's from. But it was like my whistle sucks, so don't judge me, guys. But it was like a. And she would just do it over and over and over until like we all were awake. It was like she was like a rooster.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, like, but she would be the one like going around just constant whistle, and you'd be like, I got to get up now.
For a while, my sister was the one who would like help get us up.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she graduated and started working and stuff, and I think she started working like close to my mom, so like they had like similar jobs, and they both started around the same time, so they'd all carpool, like her, my
Oh,
aunt.
that makes it easy
Yeah.
because you're with other people.
But they would all leave, so now it's just me and my brother kind of left to figure shit out. Oh my god, that shit was tough.
That's why you went to school with us. Yeah, no, anybody that went to school with us was late. We were always late.
Well, Fredo, my brother, he used to take me too. But when he started going to work, he started work at 7. So then he'd have to leave me there at like 6 something in the morning. And then now I'm just sitting at school waiting, and I was like, I don't want to do that.
No.
So then I started asking you guys if it was cool if I could just get a ride with y'all. And you guys were like, yes. I'm like, okay.
It's actually crazy because like now at our grown age, like when you think back to being like 16, 17, and I'm like, damn, we've known each other for a very long time. I'm like, oh, Karina been around.
Dude, we're in our 30s.
I know. And you still ordered that. I told her to bring this picture.
Okay.
And I want her to walk it up to the camera.
Walk it up. Right. I don't know how.
I know. You gotta see if you can see it over there.
Can you see it? Oh, the glare.
Oh, is it glaring?
Yeah, a little bit. You can see it.
Anyways, this girl, for the people that are only listening, which I mean Spotify still has the video, so
Wow.
she texted me yesterday and was like, guess what you can still order. And I was like, what? And then she sent me that picture. And now I want to know the story of how you figured out you could still order it.
So I was at my mom's house. And I have my room that I have at her house, which I still call my room, even though I don't live there anymore, but it's still my room. Like I still have little stuff here and there, and I have this one container that I have on the very top of the closet. And it just has like hella shit in there, it has like birthday cards, it has pictures from people who've given me, people have given me pictures. It has like just hella memories, right? And I took it down because I was looking for something else. I think my mom her and my sister thought I had silver teeth in my front teeth when I was little, and I was like,
silver tooth kid?
yeah, and I was like, no, I didn't. And I was like, I know I did have them, but like in the back. Right? And I was like, I didn't have the front ones. And they were like, yeah, you did. And I was like, no, I didn't. So I was like, they were like, pull the pictures out of you being little. And I was like, all right. So that's why I took it out. And I was going through all my stuff. And then there's like a letter that we got in the mail that had like this picture and then like a picture of us with, I don't know who the fuck he was, but it's some man. We'd have to like shake his hand. I don't know if he was.
It wasn't your counselor?
No. I've never seen this man a day in my life. I don't know who the fuck he was, but we had to shake his hand and I had to take a picture with him.
Maybe it was the new. We went through a lot of principals.
I don't fucking know. I'm sorry to this man, right? Like I didn't know who the fuck he was, but there's 2 pictures, right? So it's like him.
Sorry to this man.
Yeah, he's giving me the diploma and I'm like shaking his hand and like there's like a picture of us like this and then like I walk away and then there's this one. And I remember when back then back then my mom was like, oh, I really like how this one came out, like this is the one we should get, but never ordered it. Like it just never happened. I never got my senior portraits. She never ordered those. She didn't do it for me or my sister, so whatever, right? But I still had that letter that came in the mail and I was looking at it like, oh damn, and then I was reading it and it said like, if you go on this website, this is like your PIN or your passcode or whatever to get you to these pictures. And I was like, I wonder if this even works. So I went on my phone And then it said like enter your PIN or whatever the fuck that little code was. And then I like put it in. And it popped up. And I was like, no fucking way.
And you fucking ordered it.
Yeah, I was like, so I clicked it and I was like, I don't know if it's just like still showing, but you're not like, oh, you've been past your time. You can't order it anymore, you know? So I clicked it and then I put like add order. And then it said, it let me. And I was like, what the fuck? And then so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to buy it. And I bought it and I was like, I got to buy her the frame now, but like, she better frame me up. Like, because she has my niece up there. But my sister, you know, I'm not mad at it. I understand, like, back then, my parents still are not, like, techie. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, to order certain things, like, it just never happened for us because honestly, we didn't know. We didn't know how to do it. I think now, I say we because I didn't either. But also, now I do.
That actually is a really good segue even into like the generation we're in now, because I just watched like a comedy. It was Patrice O'Neill, but he was talking about how like he never had to learn typing. He's like, I used to call people that went to typing school gay because like, oh, you want to learn typing? You want to be a secretary, right? But like nowadays, anywhere you go, they want a typing certificate or how many words per minute can you type?
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so like all these different things that back in the day weren't thought of are now things that are necessary because we're in such a techie world, you know? But I can understand why, like, if you had to order online, you're not gonna.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think there was like a thing where you could order over the mail, but I feel like that takes, you know, if you're not thinking about it or if it's not in your face constantly.
Also, nowadays, who even thinks about like a mail-in anything?
Yeah,
you know.
But
like,
back then, you know, like my mom wasn't. You know, that
keep
wasn't
saying back then, and you're making me feel old.
Well, because it is back then, girl.
Know,
people.
Dude.
It's 2026.
We
graduated 2011.
Dude, I feel like so. COVID was 7 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah. I seen that the other day and I was like, hold on. 7 years ago?
Because it did start in 2019.
19. Yeah. So,
but it was like 2020 where it was like.
So either way,
more
6.
Big. Yeah. But
literally this month would have made 6 years.
Yeah, because I think this is
exactly when it happened.
Is when I had to stop school.
And it's when you like everything shut down. Girl, so when we went to the bar last night and they were kicking everybody out, this woman was like, there's something going on. She was like, I heard in San Francisco, they're even shutting down out there. And they were like, what? And we went inside and then the owners were just like, oh no, we have a plumbing issue. So like,
she's like, there's another outbreak.
All I could think was like, oh, like everything's shutting down again.
Everybody's
because there's
traumatized. I mean, things are shutting down, but not for like a fucking a pandemic. They're shutting down because they can't afford shit anymore.
No,
you know? Everything's getting shut down.
Girl, so I actually was on the phone with my friend the other day, and we were talking about gas prices, right? And
the worst.
I seen someone post gas prices that were at $7 already.
Out here?
I thought somewhere out here because they're from out here, unless they weren't out here. If you guys followed that, I apologize. Anyways, but where I was at, it was $5.
Yeah, well, I've seen up to 5. Like it looks like it's almost 6, but it's still at 5.
Well, it was $5.29, but other places were like $5.69.
You know, I never look at the cents. I just look at like the
first
amount.
one.
Yeah. I'm just kind of. And
honestly, have you seen those posts that's like, I'm not paying attention to this price because I'm gonna
like
drive.
Regardless, I have to pay.
Gotta drive.
Like, I ain't got no fucking choice.
Thank you. I gotta get to work. I gotta do this. Like you think I might just be like, give me 50 on this. You know what I mean? And then that's
we'll figure out how much exactly. Get by.
We'll figure out that when we get to it. Because right now I got $50 to put in this tank. So what's up?
I filled up my tank at Costco recently, and I was like, damn, even Costco went up. Costco's at like $5, yeah, all around. And I remember last time it was at $3, and I was like, "Damn, what the fuck?" So it's at $5, right?
That's the problem. Is there was a point where we were at five something ish.
It went back down.
It went back down, And it
And
was like,
now it
oh, we
went
got comfortable,
right back up.
and now shot up, but it shot up quick too. But like we
It's
were
like
already,
overnight.
yeah, but we were already there. You know what I mean? So like, regardless of, this is me kind of talking shit at this point. Be frugal. You guys been there. We've all been there as an economy. Like we've been at these gas prices. If your pay rate hasn't changed, then go back to living how you was living when we were paying these gas prices 3 years ago, because it's exactly what it was then, you know, and it probably isn't going to go down. So
That's hella sad.
it is, but that's the world we're living in. Have you seen those posts that say like we're back to 2001 when we went to war in Iraq? That like all that same kind of economically, it's the same thing.
2001. Dead ass. I didn't really care because I wasn't paying for shit.
We were kids. Like,
know
you
what I
don't
mean?
need
That's
to know.
why I'm saying, like, I didn't know how bad it was back then.
But also, we are, and everyone has seen this, but our generation has gone through the most
trauma,
even just like politically,
events,
world events, everything. Like we've gone through the most. So like, no wonder we joke about everything. It's how we get by.
I keep seeing those videos where it's like, we're the new adults. Like, we don't take shit serious.
And we all need therapy.
I haven't done it, but I know I could use it.
I've been going to therapy, and I have realized that I am a horrible communicator. Not only with like people that like I'm romantically involved with, but even just my family and friends in general. Like,
I agree a little bit. I'm sorry, Helly.
no, you don't have to be sorry. It's me realizing, you know what I mean? Like I think that's what going to therapy is like, it's things you know, but you kind of need an outside voice to tell you. And even the people that are close to you can tell you and tell you and tell you. But I think listening to someone that's like outside of that, it, for some reason,
It'll put it into
it puts a different perspective on it.
For you, yeah.
Because even for me, like, I'm like, everything I'm hearing is things I know. You know what I mean? And it's things I've talked to people about. It's things I'm like, I'm very self-aware, which is kind of the problem. Is when you're so self-aware, then you kind of can justify everything, you know? So being in therapy has been interesting to me, but I've realized I'm horrible at communication. I don't communicate with anybody. I don't talk to anybody. And then I was talking to my therapist, and she was asking me something, and I was like, well, I grew up with, there's a saying, it sounds horrible.
Children should be seen, not heard.
There you go. So now I feel like I can't say anything because I'm not going to be heard, or my voice doesn't matter, right? Quote unquote, whatever, right? I mean, it's not whatever. It sticks with you. But that's something that she was telling me about. And I think it's the intrinsic mind is like by the age of 6, you already have all these emotions that have been locked in. And how you're feeling in certain situations, you're reverting back to that and you don't even realize it because it's just so locked into like your mindset emotionally that you don't realize it unless you kind of do the work to figure it out. And for me personally, it was, she asked me about work and I told her like, oh, I'm at my cubicle a lot. And then interaction is if someone comes over. But if someone comes in my cubicle, I don't want to say I panic, but I get kind of like flustered and my heart is racing.
Like, what do you need?
Yeah,
What's going on?
my heart
What's
starts,
wrong?
I get worried, right? And then she was like, well, how do you feel? And I was like, honestly, I'm a little scared. And she was like, scared? And I was like, yeah, like I feel like I'm going to get in trouble.
I feel the same way.
And she was like, so at some point in your life, maybe someone came looking for you or came up to you in a way that they were looking for you and you were in trouble. So now, immediately when someone comes looking for you, you revert back to that mindset emotionally without even thinking about it, because that's the intrinsic mind. Before the age of 6, you've locked in all these emotions and the way that you kind of present because you're a kid. And I believe the word is intrinsic, because she told me to look into it. And I was like, I need to look into this, because it's literally like all these different things are locked in before you even realize. And then you carry them into your adult life. Like, I've actually realized that I throw tantrums still. Like, there are moments where if I'm a grown ass woman, but I'm acting like a child, I'm acting like a little girl, you know, because I'm upset and I'm going to throw a tantrum and I'm angry. Right. But like, I'm 32 years old and I'm still having tantrums. So you revert back. You know what I mean? And once you start to realize it, I think that's what therapy has been helping me with. So if anybody has been thinking about going to therapy, I used to kind of shit on it, but
me, I'm like,
I just feel like it's helpful, especially for me personally. But those are some things that like have been takeaways that I still need to explore and learn about, but it's definitely caused me to rethink a lot of things in my life.
just yesterday, I had like gotten upset with my mom.
You threw a tantrum.
I don't know if I guess I'm
You're
yes,
realizing now.
yes, but no, like, because I felt hella bad after,
Yeah,
right?
because you realized like I didn't need to.
No, literally,
Yeah.
because I went to take the damn picture to show her, and she had said in the morning, like, you guys should come over, I'm making food, blah blah blah, right? And so I head over there, and I'm like so excited to show this stupid picture.
It's not stupid.
I
It matters.
showed her, and I was like, she was like, oh, get some tuna, whatever. And then my brother's wife was like, oh, there's no more. And she was like, oh. And then she was like, oh, there's no more of like the food that she had made. Mm-hmm. And I was like just annoyed, because I was like, so you asked me to come over to eat, but there's nothing to eat. You know what I mean? Like, and she was like, I can make you like a quesadilla or something. And I was just so irritated. And I was like, no, I don't want it. And she was like, no, but like, I'll just make something real quick, whatever. And I was like, no, like, just leave it. Like, I'll go get something. Like, it's fine. And I was so, like, I literally walked in, showed the picture, and then like that kind of happened. And then I was like, I'm leaving. And I left. I was so pissed. I mean, I went to go get my toes done and a manicure. After I was like so pissed, and I just sat there. And then I was still kind of mad at like how they were doing my nails. I was like
this is just not my fucking day.
I wanted regular polish, and she was like, oh, but gel is better. And I was like, but I don't want gel. Like, I was hella mad. And then I like started thinking about it. I was like, if she's like gonna like fuck my nails up because I don't want what she wants, like, I'm gonna be more mad at like, you know, later.
She's gonna
so I was like, just put the gel, like, just I just want to get out of here. So I go home, and I'm chilling. And my sister because my sister was at my mom's house when like I was all pissed off. And then so she comes to my room. She's like, hey, like, are you okay?
You know what's so funny is I think that's how us as women, we tend to be pretty volatile. So like when people are like, oh no, she's angry. And then you're like, hey.
Hey there, little cub. You mad?
Don't attack me.
Yeah. And I was like, just like, I think I was like on my phone. And then like she was, you know, I was like, oh, hey, you know. And she was like, you okay? You know. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I was just annoyed, like, you know. But I'm also like, I get hangry. So like if I'm hungry and like I'm expecting like, oh, okay, cool. You know, like I don't have to like, my mind was already like, I'm going to eat. So like whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then there's nothing. And I feel bad because I should have just like accepted what she was willing to like try to throw together. But I was just so like, oh, like I'm going to get out of here. before I start really like just mad over nothing, you know? So
but also I think it was, you went there excited to show the picture and it was kind of just blown off. Like, oh, there's food.
It wasn't blown off. My mom was like, it came out really nice, blah, 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 blah. But the food is what pissed me off, you know? And I've told you guys, like, I need to eat, you know?
I literally just told my sister the other day, I was like, I didn't think I was a hangry person.
I know I am.
I am now. I for sure am now. Like, and I'll be in a bad mood, and then I go to lunch and I eat and I get back and I'm like, oh, I was just hungry, you know? Like I was, and I don't act it out, but in my mind I'm like, ugh, like just irritated. But I'm in a cubicle, so I don't really have to interact if I don't want to. And I'm sitting there like just irritated, you know?
For nothing.
I
know.
And I'm just like ugh,
I know.
Yeah. And then I'll go eat and I'm like, oh my God, like I never used to be a hangry person. Never. And I'm like, no, now I get hangry. I get really hangry.
I can hold it for a cool amount of time.
But I don't know it.
There's like a point of no return. Yeah, I don't know it either. I don't know it, but it's a point of no return that I'm just like, oh. Like, and now I don't even want to eat. Like, I'd rather starve because like I'm so mad. And then I eat some cereal or something and I'm like, girl, chill. Chill.
Hold on.
It wasn't that serious. I went out to eat with my sister, right? She was like, come on, let's go get some food, right? We go, and then, like, I'm sitting there, like, waiting for the food, and I'm like, dude, I feel like such a bitch. And she was like, what? And I was like, I shouldn't have left. Like, and now I'm, like, going through everything, and I feel like crying. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, I'm hella ungrateful. And then she was like, no, but like, you know, like helping me try to justify my feelings, right?
And I'm also, like, it's working through it because I think like that's the adult way of handling those emotions, right? Like in the moment, if you can, in the moment, if you can process all of that before just unleashing, like, I'm leaving, right? I think, in my opinion, that's the goal of therapy. Is like, instead of you just leaving,
I know,
stay. And this is the part for me that I'm trying to understand and I'm trying to delve into is embarrassment and shame, but it's also uncomfortable. Like keeping yourself in places where you feel uncomfortable, because that's primarily where you grow. Nobody likes it. It sucks. It's not fun. But staying in those places where it's like, oh, it's a little bit uncomfortable here, but eventually we're going to have to talk about this. Or eventually it's going to be something that gets brought up. Like, why were you so upset? Or what's going on here? And instead of addressing it, I'd rather just dip out because maybe you're not even going to understand, or you're not even going to hear me out, or it's not going to come up because Latino families, we just sweep everything under the rug, you know?
Which literally kind of happened. I went to eat. I bought my mom food and you go.
But that's what it is. It's the food, right? Because this is exactly my whole thing with Latino families is everything gets swept under the rug. But how do you show we love you? I give you food. I feed you. Comete algo. Like you're like, oh, here, right? Like, and everything can be a piece of shit, but I'll go over and you have food for me. So we're good, right?
Yeah, when I used to live with my mom, like if I'd get mad, you know, like I can't leave. I go to my room, you know. So I'd go to my room all pissed off. And then like later in the night, like there'd be like a bowl or whatever. And she's like, ¿vas a comer? And I'm like, I guess. You know, but then like you're over it, you know?
That's the unspoken apology. But, and that's the craziest part to me is I think like and I'm American as fuck, right? But like, the emotional like background of your parents, like they're not going to apologize, or they're not going to be like, I was wrong, or maybe this shouldn't have gone this way, but here's some pizza or your favorite food, right? Like it's like, oh, like you're fine now, right?
You remember in Lilo and Stitch when she's like, they're like hella yelling at each other, and then later in the night she's like, hey, brought you some pizza.
But honestly, I do. Food is like a universal love language. And I'm not knocking it. But I think that like, and this probably is across the board. I'm Latina, American Latina, but like I have that experience of just nothing gets talked about. Everything just gets swept under the rug and you just get over it, you know? You don't talk about it. Nothing gets discussed anymore. It's just, oh, we're good. Literally, I love you, B. But she called me and she was like, so do we have to talk about this or can we just go on like normal? You know? And it's like, I think once you know it, you can actually just tell people that. Like, is this something we need to talk about or
Like, are we good to
are we good? Because we're
carry
so
on.
used to just blasé, going over everything. If it's a problem, you're dealing with it on your own and whoever else is dealing it with their own, you know? And I think it's a...
That's where it can become an issue, though, because you're constantly like, it's whatever, it's whatever, it's whatever, until it's not whatever.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I feel like we're the generation that is getting to that point where we're like, so many generations just swept everything under the rug that now all of us are like, we don't even want a rug. Give me wood floors. You know what I mean? Like, rug where?
I'll clean it. I'll clean it.
Outside, bang on it, get all the dirt out, you know?
Clean before New Year's, get it all out. Want a good year.
Yeah, but I think that's what it is. Like, we don't want any type of negativity following us. At least that's where I'm at. I
know, I hate that feeling. Like, literally what I felt yesterday. I was just, and then like, I'm mad, but then now I feel hella guilty. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like,
so if
you know what I mean?
If you had a kid, you know, like, I start to think about that. I send things to my mom all the time because I'm like, I honestly don't know how she did it. She watched us make mistake after mistake and decision after decision. And as a mother, like, that's got to be hard, you know, but you let your kids do it.
Yeah. I mean, my mom don't like, she's not running after me like, get over here. You know, she's going to be like, sure.
Yeah.
Go, be mad, whatever. Like, and I do. I'll be like, meh. And then I come back like.
But do you see where the tantrum? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it a tantrum? I laughed. I didn't sit there and yell.
Girl, I have had to come to the realization how many times I act like a child in my life now. And I'm a grown ass woman. But I still act like a kid.
But you know what it is also? I think for me, as a kid, like, you acted like that as a kid, you popped. You know what I mean?
So that's
it's
exactly.
Like, damn, you gotta like not let yourself feel that because you're gonna get smacked or you're gonna get like go to your room or you know what I mean? Chill.
I was just talking to Bianca about this because I feel like for so long I just was kind of like, for lack of a better term, like tampered down. And Bianca was always the one that was sensitive. But my mom always told me I was dramatic.
Yeah.
So she was like, you're so dramatic. Like, it's not even that bad or something like that, right? So I never wanted to be like too much. And now when I feel like I'm too much, I shut down. If I feel like I'm being dramatic or too much for you, that's when I run. That's when I'm like, I'm leaving.
I kind of feel that.
You know what I mean? But I've realized recently, Mom, I love you. Every mother does the best they can. My mom is an amazing woman.
Same.
Raised me amazingly. But like, there are things that just, they stick with you. And I think that's one of the things now that I'm, going back through my things is like, I am dramatic. I err on the side of dramatic, but it's also because that's just my makeup. You either can handle it or you can't.
Mine was always like, I was a crybaby. I'm not gonna deny that. I was. She yelled at me, I'm crying. You didn't even have to fucking put a finger on me.
That was
I'm
B.
like, But my mom was always like, did I hit you?
Yeah.
And like, so why are you crying?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'll give you something to cry about.
yeah. And I'm like, oh, she was like, so stop crying. Like, fucking pull yourself together because I didn't fucking touch you. And I'm like,
so now
and it's just
I was gonna say, now when you do get emotional, you'll run and try to fix it on your own because nobody fixed it for you. And like, it sounds horrible and it's not it's our mothers did the best, right? But like what you would want in that moment is consolation from your mother, the caretaker that is supposed to take care of you.
I told her one time, I was like, you know, like you always told me this, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, well, what did you want me to do? Like, she's like, the world is mean. You know what I mean? She's like, I can't let you like constantly feel like down here.
Yeah.
She was like, you got to figure it out how to be up here. And I was like, damn.
It's true.
Yeah,
and
it
that's
is.
actually why, like, for me, I'm not mad.
Me neither. I feel like it helped me in a way.
It set me up to be the person I am today. Do I have faults? Yes, I do. And that is not on the, like, it's not my mom's fault.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, one thing I seen, and I'm sure a lot of women have seen it, is like, it was your mother's first time being a mother. So she
it's
didn't
still
know.
her first time
Not only
living.
that, my mom was young.
You
like,
know what I mean? They're still figuring shit out.
so many.
You know what I mean?
Like, I'm 32. My mom was 18 when she had me. You know what I mean?
My mom was 16 when she first
like,
became
and
a
you
mom.
think back, like, when I was 18, 16, like, I'm sure I would be yelling at my kids. I would not have the patience.
Overstimulated. I'm overstimulated over this one, and she don't really do much.
Right?
You know?
And I'm like, so that's why in my mind, my mom had 5 of us. You know, by 24, she had 5 kids running around the house. So I'm like, at 24, I completely understand where my mom was at, like mentally, emotionally, all of that. Just, it also, I'm the oldest of all of them. So there was expectations that came with being the oldest. And now I'm like, oh, okay, like this is why I'm a workaholic and need to prove my worth to people. Like all these different things, but it's because I'm in therapy. So all of that to say that if you guys are thinking about going to therapy, I suggest it.
Do it.
I didn't want to do it. And I used to talk shit about therapy. But that's also because I'm just like a know-it-all and think that I can fix myself. But I can't. So anyways.
So if you have issues, tune in. Ask us if you want to come on.
We're hurting and crying over here.
We're going to trauma bond with y'all. And hey, if you want to order your pictures, you can still do it.
You also
still
did
got
not
time.
get your senior picture. What was the website?
I don't remember it.
www.lifetouch.com.
No, Lifetouch was the senior portrait.
I know, but you know, Lifetouch was like supposedly in the Epstein files.
Let me. Yes, I saw that. Let me see if it's still on here.
Anyways, we'll post it up if she finds it, unless
Gradphotonetwork.com.
Gradphotonetwork.com if you were part of a
order photos.
graduating class from
2011.
We're really like we're giving ourselves up over here. Anyways, thank
Girl,
you
we've
guys.
been said our age.
I know. No,
Doesn't
I mean
matter.
like location. We're like, dear.
Oh. Whatever.
Who gives it? Anyways, whatever.
Come find us.
Trauma bond.
We'll laugh.
We'll make you laugh.
Most likely.
Anyways, all right, we're gonna get going with that. But we did start off saying that we just rambled in Tahoe, and that's exactly what we did today because
We
that's
hope you enjoy it as much as we laugh.
as much as we do.
Bug.
I
Sorry.
can talk to this woman for days, but we've got people waiting on us. So
yeah.
also, if you listen to this, Josh, I'm so sorry we have you waiting outside.
Sorry, Josh.
Sorry. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you have a great Wednesday. If you're listening to it on Wednesday, happy hump day. We're halfway through the week. Friday is right around the corner. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe,
Repost it.
comment.
Follow, comment. And go check out the boys at Visual House Studios.
Yeah, check out Visual House
White
Studios.
Noise.
White Noise. They be funny. If you like people geesing on each other.
All right,
I
y'all.
just gave away my age saying geesing on each other. Ew. Anyways, bye guys. Have a good
Bye.